Hi, and welcome to this little screencast here. This will be a very short screencast, and it will deal with some issues regarding your research paper that you are getting ready to start working on here. Mrs. McCutcheon has been kind enough to put together a libguide for us, a library guide. And I will send you the link to this libguide in an email. Mrs. McCutcheon does not want us to publish that on any official pages or on any web pages. So instead I will email it to you so that you have it. And then when you open it up, it looks like this. You've probably seen these before. I'm going to be fairly quick working through this just to give you an idea of some of the more important things in this library guide that I think are worth knowing. Step one basically tells you to start your Noodle tools right as you get going on your research. I completely agree with that. You will be required to turn in a works cited page at the end of this project. And if you start your Noodle tools right from the get-go, it'll make it much easier to get that done. Then we move on to step two right here. Step two is the overview article. Again, you should know all this. I would probably recommend sticking with Britannica. Don't necessarily go with Grolier or World Book. Britannica is, in my mind, a lot better alternative than both Grolier and World Book. Step three, subject and specialized databases. Here is where it gets a little bit more interesting because our library actually has some remarkable databases, and you can, unless you have some really kind of unusual topic, you can basically write your entire research paper using the databases. They're that comprehensive, they contain that much information. And I just want to show you a couple different things here that are worth looking at as you go through these things. We're going to start with the ABC Clio World History, Ancient and Medieval Eras. So I'm going to click on that, and it takes me straight into the database. And you can do two things here. You can either do a quick search up here, or you can go by eras. I'm going to go by eras here. Let's say my topic is the fall of Rome. I'm going to research the fall of Rome. So I go over to the column here on ancient Rome, and I go down to why did Rome fall. So I click on that, obviously, and it gets me to an overview here. Here is where it gets interesting, and this is where I want you to know, in case you did not know this already. Most of you probably do, but the databases are most of the databases are very good because they give you all this other information, all this other material on the sidebars. So if you look at, for instance, on where it says articles here, if I click and open that little tab there, it gives me all these different individuals. So if I want to look at Constantine, what he did to prevent the fall, if I want to look at what Edward Gibbon did, who's a famous historian, he talks about the Germanic peoples, etc., etc. So you use this as your starting point, and then you find all this other stuff that will be useful for your research as well. So again, these are very comprehensive and contain a lot of really good information. So those are the databases, and I'm not going to go through every single database. They're fairly self-explanatory, but what I do want you to pay attention to are these little sidebars. They will take you to a lot more information than what's just on that first page. The last thing I want to spend a minute or two on is step 4 here, and that's the library catalogs. So I have that open right here. And the new thing that Mrs. McCutcheon has done over the past couple of years is that she has bought a lot of ebooks, and you will find those on the right hand side here, and all of these ebooks here are tremendously helpful. And again, you don't need to check them out, you don't need to go to the library to get them. Most of the ones that exist on the left hand side, which are the ones that we have in the library, exist on the right hand side as ebooks as well. So again, unless you have some really unusual kind of narrow topic, you can find most of your research in these areas right here. It should be really easy to find. Then the last thing worth noting here is the websites that Mrs. McCutcheon has. She does have a few websites listed that both she and I agree are really sound, really good, and contains a lot of good information. So if you want some additional resources, you can find that as well. I hope this helped you a little bit, and if you have any questions, I'll be there to help you along the way. And good luck as you get started on your project.